This is the National Weather Service in Jackson with the Hurricane Laura briefing for Wednesday morning, August 26, 2020. Hurricane Laura has undergone a significant strengthening overnight. Now is a Category 3 hurricane with 125 mile per hour winds. Further strengthening is expected, possibly becoming a Category 4 storm with winds 130 miles per hour before making landfall later tonight. Still expected landfall over the northwest Gulf of Mexico near the Texas-Louisiana border after midnight. Portions of northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, western and northern Mississippi will be impacted by wind, a tornado potential, and heavy rainfall threat later tonight into Thursday. And now we have a tropical storm warning that is in effect for Richland, Franklin, Catahoula, and Concordia parishes through Thursday. The current satellite view of Hurricane Laura shows a large Category 3 hurricane that has developed an eye overnight. Still on track toward the upper Texas, southwest Louisiana coast, and based on its size and track and its intensity, this storm is very similar to Hurricane Rita, which came into this area in September of 2005. The track of Laura remains pretty much unchanged, still expected to through the upper Texas coast, southwest Louisiana coast, may strengthen to a Category 4 hurricane with 135 mile per hour winds before making landfall after midnight tonight. The storm size and track will remain close enough for there to be a wind, tornado, and heavy rainfall potential for the area. The most likely time of arrival of tropical storm force winds for the coastal areas will be late this afternoon. For portions of northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, and western Mississippi, tropical storm force winds should arrive beginning early Thursday morning. The wind threat and potential impact from Hurricane Laura, we're looking for winds from 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour for most areas along and west of Interstate 55. In these areas, weak trees and tree limbs may break and fall, and travel with high-profile vehicles may be difficult at times. In areas in far west, portions of northeast Louisiana, sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour are possible. This will down trees and power lines, and power outages may last for 1 to 2 days. Expected storm total rainfall. The heaviest rainfall with Hurricane Laura continues to trend to the west, mainly along the expected track through southwest Louisiana, northwest Louisiana, and up to the northeast across Arkansas. In these areas, 4 to 10 inches of rain can be expected. 1 to 3 inches of rain can be expected over northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, and much of Mississippi, mainly due to the outer rain bands where localized heavy rainfall will exist. As you can see in this graphic, the greatest potential for flooding will exist over western Louisiana and much of Arkansas, while some risk will still exist over western Mississippi, southeast Arkansas, and northeast Louisiana. Flooding impacts, as we continue to see the potential for heavy rain and flooding, there will be a lesser risk of flooding. We're only looking for 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of rain over portions of east central Louisiana and northeast Louisiana, as well as southeast Arkansas. And we're looking for this for late tonight into Thursday. The potential tornado impacts with Hurricane Laura. In areas mainly along and west of Interstate 55, outer rain bands associated with Laura will contain rotating storms and have a risk of tornadoes and damaging winds possible with some of these heavier storms. This threat looks to exist from late tonight through Thursday as Laura moves ashore. So the key takeaways: Hurricane Laura has undergone significant strengthening overnight, now a Category 3 storm with 125 mile per hour winds. Further strengthening is expected, possibly becoming a Category 4 with 130 mile per hour winds before making landfall. Still expected landfall over the northwest Gulf of Mexico near the Texas-Louisiana border after midnight. Northeast Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, western and northern Mississippi will be impacted by wind, tornado, and some heavy rainfall potential. And a tropical storm warning remains in effect through Thursday for Richland, Franklin, Catahoula, and Concordia parishes. Thanks for viewing the National Weather Service in Jackson Special Tropical Weather Briefing.